Sibanye Stillwater having recently announced that it's looking to cut 4,000 jobs. Impala Platinum Mine also looking to cut 4,000 jobs. To take that discussion forward, we're joined by the CEO of the Mining Forum of South Africa, who also happens to be an independent candidate running in this election as well. Blessing Ramoba, thank you so much for joining us, and a good morning to you.
Good morning to you and to your viewers, and thank you for inviting me.
I mentioned some of the jobs that we have that we have lost already in the mining sector. Mweli Masidela talks about those that have already lost their jobs. You recently tweeted Anglo-American Platinum has announced a cut of 3,700 jobs. What is happening in the mining sector, and why are we bleeding jobs at this rate?
Okay, you must understand that in the mining sector now, technology is also coming in. We have got the fourth industrial revolution, which is now bringing new technologies in the mining sector, meaning that it's actually taking people out of underground, those who are working underground, out of the pit, and they're bringing back, they're putting, machines in those spaces, meaning that we are going to see this also happening in other sectors of the economy. We are going to see retrenchments happening. But I think the Department of Labor has got responsibility to make sure that they drive, retraining and reskilling of, these individuals who are currently going through retrenchments. And I can tell you that we are still going to lose more jobs in all sectors of the economy, more because of, you see, load shedding, because also load shedding, due to load shedding, we are also, lost a lot of jobs in the market. And we are going to see this happening. From your reports, you heard about the decommissioning of one of the plants in Mpumalanga, Komati power station. But is the ANC plan to decommission all the coal plants? I mean, you have seen the just transition, what you call document. It speaks about getting rid of the coal, plants and ushering in the renewables, which I think that is flawed, because if we want to grow the economy, I mean, you cannot grow the economy if you do not have reliable source of energy. And I can tell you this, because of this, the ANC is making the situation worse. They are ushering in the renewables while destroying the coal source, our source of energy, which is coal. And what we need to do is to maintain these power stations, not decommission them. Maybe also we have to refurbish them and maybe also maintain them so that we extend the life of these coal plants, usher in the renewables, but not at the expense of other sources of energy, bring about nuclear power. Those are solutions that which we have to talk about so that we actually reduce the speed of retrenchments in all sectors of the economy. But what we need to do to solve this issue, both in the mining sector and other sectors of the economy, let's retrain people into sectors of the economy that which are currently, have got jobs for people and other than, technology. So, but, we can do that by, reskilling our people, and that is the solution.
This is an important discussion because it is May Day and the focus is the working class, right, in South Africa, and how well they're taken care of. And this is, of course, as we look at the mining sector that is bleeding those very jobs. What is the role of the unions in mines, particularly where it seems that workers may very well be seen as quite vulnerable, right? You've got the likes of AMCU and NUM on the ground in these mines. Are they doing enough?
I mean, leave the unions alone, right? Let's first start with the responsibility of the Minister of Mines, the DMR. They have the responsibility. They also have got what we call the Mining Qualification Authority. It's a body, is a sitter under which is controlled by the minister. Yearly, that that sitter it gets about more than 2 billion rand to reskill those who are retrenched in the mining sector, to retrain people in the mining sector for other skills. But that money is actually not being used. But the organization, the MQA, is full of corruption, and that money is not being used. But the minister is sitting, is not even doing oversight over that, that body which has to do that responsibility. Remember, the sitter is the one that which also gives qualification in terms of, those reskilling programs and so on. But then, you know, the union can only voice out to say, Minister, let's implement this. But if the government is not willing to actually, you know, retrain people, there's nothing that which they can do. We, as the Mining Forum of South Africa, have been engaging with the minister. They have got no interest in changing this situation, making sure that they retrain people. And you look where the mining companies are also operating. You know, there is high unemployment, also the issue of poverty in the area, no reskilling, no investment by these mining companies. And also these mining companies have got a duty to actually retrain and also, you know, give back, I think 1% of their profit to make sure that they retrain their workers, those that they retrench, and the community that they operate in.
Is that part of the social labor plans?
Correct.
To
it's part of
Have we seen those social labor plans? Because it's one thing
not
to say
implemented.
it's in the social labor
it's
plans.
not implemented. It's not implemented, and that's one of the things that which have been engaging with the department itself to say force these mining companies to actually, you know, we had to take some of them to court, and when you go to court, the same department is actually defending the same mines. I mean, you can see that you know, something is not actually right. You know, instead of supporting us for the initiatives of, you know, taking these people, I mean, these companies to court to actually force them to comply, but the department in court will be against you, saying, you know, they are trying, but there's nothing. I mean, you travel across South Africa where mining companies are operating. You know, it's ghost towns. It looks like there is no activities, but you know, minerals are leaving the area every day, and we ship all those minerals to the rest of the world. We don't even beneficiate, and it's one of the things that which, you know, under my manifesto as an independent candidate for these coming elections, I'm advocating for, to say, let's start beneficiating at least 50% of our minerals in South Africa. By so doing, also, you are creating employment for the people who are living next to these mines. But not only that, though, if you beneficiate, you will be starting having, you know, manufacturing hubs, and also that's how you're going to be creating jobs in future. You cannot grow the economy if you are not producing anything as a country. Currently, we are producing less. We are not, in fact, doing anything. Even cars, we don't even have a simple thing, a car that, I mean, but we have got all the PGMs, the platinum group metals, we've got the iron ore, we've got the manganese, all these minerals that which are required to do, I mean, to bring about this technology that which we are now, you know, what you call importing from the rest of the world. We can do some of the things here, and by so doing, we'll be increasing the chances of, you know, growing the economy, more importantly, and also creating employment for our people.
Okay, I've got about 30 seconds, and I need to squeeze this in. We could possibly see ourselves losing close to 10,000 jobs in the mining sector. You are an independent candidate. You've put forward your own ideas, but just in a few moments, Aldrin will be speaking to the Department of Labour's minister, and you've said they need to retrain those that are losing their jobs. We'll be hearing May Day celebrations as well. 30 seconds, what do you want to hear from the May Day rally? Now,
I mean, looking at the Department of Labour, they've got funds, right? They've got funds to make sure that, you know, they train people also. The department, they announced about last month that they will be training, you know, people with about 23 billion rand. But why we're not doing that long time ago? Because now the elections, they are coming forward and, you know, bringing about, we want to see change. We want to see people employed. Let them come up with a plan in terms of how they are going to retrain people, and also the issue of employment in South Africa.
Yeah, perhaps something for Aldrin then to discuss with the minister in his next discussion. Thank you so much. Blessing Ramoba is an independent candidate in this election on the 29th of May, but he is also the CEO of the Mining Forum of South Africa.